Well, hello and welcome to PSGL FP round 12, and it's Japan today, and this could be quite an interesting race. And well, I'm gonna be your commentator today. Uh, Alright, there we go. Game sound back. So I'm gonna bring you the commentator today. I am C3, also known as Sander Surag, also known as one part of the Mong brand. And looks like an interesting grid today. A few drivers that, well, I definitely feel bad for both the Williams drivers, especially on this track. It's gonna be pretty much horrendous for them. Hopefully they'll manage to drag their car around the track though. As we are right now looking at Ash Best as he's about to start his lap. Going into the final chicane. And away we go. It's not a long straight here, so it's going to be a difficult track to pass on. But Ash going through the first corner looks fairly decent there. No. And it's looking like there is some lag here. Hopefully it isn't. As you can see that Ash is coming into Spoon. Could be a tricky corner to get exactly right, but didn't look too bad there. Spoon can also be an overtaking possibility. It's a difficult one. You have to be side by side with the driver then already, but we can see. Ooh, Sasha's takes that down. Coming around the last corner, he's going to be the first one to finish his lap, and it's a 1:30.5. So interesting. What about Tom AJ as he is coming into Spoon right now in the Alfa Romeo today? Could be interesting to see what Tom can do. It's gonna. Oh, and we can see that Blue Jean has gone pole so far with, well, as I'm saying it, Froome has just beaten Blue Jean by 1,000th, and then suddenly AMS is coming and taking that time, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut because every time I say something, somebody just takes pole, so Tom AJ, however, goes 6th. And it's interesting to see that some people are choosing to use the harder tires. It's a little unexpected. Just me today, human fish. Tried to contact my other part of the Mong brand, but he hasn't responded, so we're just gonna be halfway Mong today. Shall we see? Bugatti is on the lap. Also in the Williams together with Ash this race. He slowed down, so let's see about Drayden. My F4 teammate this season. Have to say he's had an absolutely horrendous season in F4, same as me. Hopefully he can do a little better here. As we can see that he's going through 130R into the final chicane. And it looked like he slowed down a bit early in my opinion, but we'll see what the time will be as he goes over the line, and it's provisional pole, so not a bad time there. Not a bad time there. In the meantime, is any of these? Oh, no. What about Lordy? Alright, Lordy seems to be on another lap on his hard tire, so we'll follow him around then. As we can see that he's going through 130R. What is his time gonna be? Being on the hard tires, I did not expect him to be up there with the front runners right now. As it is 10th place with a 131.2. It's like a decent lap considering the tires though. What about Ugi Asim in Alpha with Tom AJ today, so just gonna try to find the standings here. Alright, so here it is. Alright, so it's a close championship. That's something I like. So before today, we can see that AMS is leading the championship, but only by 6 points ahead of Tom AJ and 13 points ahead of Ash Best in third. So they all need to do well in these last races. And Dino. Oh, and he's definitely not on the lap anymore, at least. Warren Haig is not on the lap. EMS is going through Spoon. Froome is right ahead of him. The struggles of trying to find out. Alright, so Blue Jean, he has just started his lap, going through the first corner in his Ferrari today, so it should be good opportunities for Blue Jean today. Obviously the Mercedes would have been a better car on this track for him to have, but still with a Ferrari, I think we're gonna see Blue high up there today as he's coming through Degner. Next up is the hairpin, where I believe we're gonna see becoming a popular overtake place today. As we are then coming into Spoon. Will he get his line right there though? Looks good on entry. Will he get... And might be looking a little cautious on the exit, but not too bad. As he's now then coming into 130R corner that, well, to be fair, that was a really difficult corner where people got stunned when they saw drivers taking it flat out, but well, nowadays, as some people might have seen Charles Leclerc doing this race weekend in Japan, you can pretty much take it flat with one hand. So not really the struggle as it once was in these cars, but What about Bugatti? And Bugatti just finished his lap, but he's well off. What about Viking Steven as he's coming over the line? And he does a 30.3. Outlaps. Jamie has just started his outlap. Warren Haig. Warren is on the back straight right now with a Renault right there. Oh, that is actually Dre. So let's see how he does over the line. No, that's not Dre. That is Paul. Here's the other Renault. Alright, so that was Lordy, alright. And you know what, Lordy is actually still on lap, so we'll keep following him then. I will have to apologize for not knowing exactly who's in what car here. Not the usual commentator, but gonna step in and do my best without my second part of the Mong brand today, so that's something too. Lordy, however, looks like he's on a decent lap right now. Gets the exit out of the hairpin quite well there. We can see Warren Haig in the background too. Coming into Spoon corner. Such an easy corner to mess up, and oh, and as I say it, he does it. We're still gonna follow him though to see. What he can get going through the last chicane now. He goes into the pit. What about Warren Haig though? As he goes 31 flat, which only puts him 13th right now. Jamie, what can he do though? Out on soft tires. True Spoon. Oh, and it looks like his back end is slipping a little, but he gets through, so hopefully it hasn't lost him too much. As he's coming to the line, and it's gonna be a 1:29.8, which puts him 4th at the moment. Obviously there's still a lot of drivers to still do their last lap, so we'll have to see what it will do. And shall we see? Bliss. Oh, look at that one. That's not a line you want to be taking on your actual lap. Boom is in Spoon. Blue Jean is starting his lap, so I guess we'll step on board with Blue Jean again as he's coming into the first corner. This long, fast right-hander. Not really the easiest corner to overtake someone after DRS rate, with the possibility of going on the inside. You might be getting a reverse exit, and the driver on the outside, being on the outside, you might be getting pushed wide, so it's not one of my favorite corners. Also, but that is also by the fact that I'm almost always dying in that corner. Blue Jean, however, going through the hairpin now. Lap hasn't looked that bad, no major screw-ups at least. But is it going quick enough though? as he's going through Spoon. And he has a good line through it. Next corner will be 130R, and he's 4 tenths up on his time, which would put him right in the battle for third, I believe. Going through the last chicane. He's gonna be setting his final lap here right now, and it's gonna be a 129.585, and it's second for the time being. Shall we see then? What about Buma? Buma is coming out of 130R into the final chicane. What can he do? Is he in his Red Bull today? Probably gonna be lacking a little engine power, but he should be absolutely amazing in the first sector. However, he's 1/10 slower than his previous time, which does not promote him anything then. Next up will be Tom AJ as he's coming through the last chicane now over the line, and it looks like a bad exit. And it's well off his time, but he backed off that lap, so he is actually starting his lap now. Can also see a lot of other drivers out on their laps right now. As we can see that Tom AG is managing to get that Alpha quite well through that first sector. Oh, but that is a spin out of the S's. And that is Tom AJ out of quali. What about the old man himself, the flying Froome? As he has gone through the first corner there, coming into the S's then is in his Haas today. Lines looks nice and tidy. Not doing the same mistake as Tom AJ coming into Degner then. Oh, looks like he got a lot of pace through that corner into the hairpin next for him. We can see that Blue Jean and Bliss are both done now. Buma is done. We still have AMS out on his lap. Ashbest, Trey, Froome obviously. Ugi Azim looks like he's still doing a lap. Bugatti's out still. Flying Froome though, through this Spoon corner, out on the straight leading up to 130R. And he's 1/10 up on his time in the second sector there. Can he find some time in this final chicane then? Then going to the finish line, what is it gonna be? It's gonna be a 129.8, which puts him 6th at the moment. And we can see that there is some drivers in the final sector now. And it looks like it's, well, AMS, but he's slowed down. And, well, Ugi, is he still doing a lap though? He is not on the lap. So, with that then, quali seems to be finished. And it's AMS on pole, the championship leader. As we'll get the grid up then, the championship leader in pole position, that is AMS. Blue Jean in second in his Ferrari today, just under a 10th behind. Ugezi will be starting in third. Bliss in fourth. Trey in fifth. And we have Flying Froome in sixth. Jamie 29.05 in seventh. Buma in eighth. Lordy MK in 9th, Ash Best will be starting in 10th, and then outside of the top 10 you have Tom AJ, Viking Steven, Bugatti, Surrey DCFC, Warren Haig, JP Greenwood, Dino DCFC, and Juho Finn starting all the way at the back. And with that, I've just realized that I did never do my quali predictions as I usually do. See, that's what happens when I'm missing the second part of the morning brand. Things just keep slipping my mind then. But nonetheless, I will be doing my podium prediction. And I will have to say AMS is looking strong today. And it's also in the pass, I believe, so it's not the worst car for this track. Among thinking about who has what cars. And hello to you, Gaming Alimanda. So we're just waiting on the drivers to pick their strategy. And on to the formation lap we go. So let's see then. Outside of the top 10 we have one driver choosing the soft tires, that is Warren Haig in 15th. Then Tom AJ, Viking Steven, Bugatti, Surrey, JP, Dino and Juho all opting for the medium tires, so I think we'll see a few of those people mixing in at the top today, considering, well, that strategy could be the better strategy although starting on the softs isn't really a problem here. Nonetheless though, my podium prediction for today will be AMS in first. I got a little biased towards my teammate in F4, and I'm gonna say Dre in second. He needs that podium. And in third, I am gonna go with Ugi Yassim. You know, same old, same old. Stepping in last minute to do FP cons. Without my partner this time though, unfortunately. But since you're watching, Alemanda, do you have any predictions for the podium today? Give Blue some love. Pawnage. Yeah, well, Blue is also in a good position here, but I'm gonna stick with my prediction. The shame is that my predictions never go through though, so you never know. Hello to you too, Sven. Nice to see some of the F7 guys rooting on for Blue Jean and Boomer. And well, I guess, yeah, Blue Jean and Boomer. Blue Jean, AMS, Dre. Alright. Not too far off what I said there. Well, Blue does have the Ferrari, so with a good start it is possible to get past AMS into the first corner. And I'm gonna say that getting past into the first corner will be crucial today. We started a little late, Callum, as well, pretty much as I got asked very late and had to finish my dinner, so. But here we have the start going, and look at it. It is Blue Jean. Oh, and it's a major one. And I did not see exactly what happened there, but we can see that Blue Jean has taken first then, ahead of his F7 teammate Buma, as I believe I saw Blaze just pretty much driving off track. But my God, what a crash before turn one on the straight. Although this is promoted my F4 teammate Dre up to third already though, and we can see that Ash has gotten a brilliant start, getting up to fourth. Obviously that Williams is an absolutely horrendous car to drive on this track, so it's gonna be hard for him to keep that position, I think, as we can see that Lordy is battling away with Ugizim. And Ugi, is he gonna... Ooh! And I feel like I saw someone on the grass there, as we see that JP has also retired. And what about Ugi coming down to 130R? He's gonna try to do it on the outside of Lordy here. Bluma. And he does it, and ooh, and Lordy goes very wide there, leaving him exposed to Seri, who started on the medium tires from well outside the top 10. Who's now gotten a brilliant chance to get a good result there today. But look at this though, we have Viking Steven right behind Tom AJ, however he's not close enough here. Oh, and look at this, I saw that Dre was getting really close to the back of Boomer for a moment, but he's fell a little off during the assist. And I can see that the timing is a little messed up, but Forza F7. What about Ashbest? He's sitting in that. Oh, and I just realized AMS was involved in that huge crash at the start, which gives Ashbest a brilliant chance of getting back into the championship. Well, getting back in, he's still in, but getting closer again. Blue Jean is gonna be holding off Boomer for a little longer, but Dre is very close to Blue Jean though, and the timing is completely messed up here. Well, that is gonna make it a little difficult to actually keep track on who is close or not, but look at this though. Boomer and Dre going side by side into the first corner. Boomer has the inside line, but I think Dre has gotten past before the corner and he takes second position. While Boomer have to go down to third end, and he's going to be chased down by Ash Best now. That is if Ash will manage to drag that Williams around, obviously. Boomer, however, he's trying to stay close to Dre here. Oh, as Boomer spins it out of the S's. Oh, and that's what we saw Tom AJ do in quali. And that means that there is no 1-2 for Bluma right now. And look at this, Dino is right on the back of Viking Steven. Yeah, you're right, you are right, Callum, it is a bottle. See then, Boijin is pretty much able to control his pace unpressured in the lead now. Somebody is not able to do that. It's Viking Steven, as he is getting pressured by Dino in his Red Bull. I have to admit there, Element, that I'm not good on corner names. I know some of the corner names there, but you're saying Dunlop Curve and I have no idea what corner that is. If somebody could enlighten me, that would be great. Nobody's really that close to making a overtake right now. Closest is probably Dino, as he's gonna try something into Degner possibly. And look at this, he's getting a much better run there than Viking Steven. He surely is not gonna go there. He was thinking about it. Oh, so that's the... Alright. Well, you know, well, I learned something today then. Maybe I'll remember it, maybe not. Nonetheless, though, Dino still trying to get a hang on that McLaren. Is he gonna be close enough here though? Without DRS, it's gonna be tricky, especially coming up to 130R. Pretty good braking here. He might be able to get a move going into turn 1. On the other hand, Tom AJ is also getting close to Suddy. Tom AJ is not able to make a move into turn 1. What about Dino? He's gonna have to stay behind Viking Steven for a little longer, but he's trying to find a way past her as they're going through the S's. We can see that Dino is following real close, and you can see him getting a good run in Dunlop curve. Is he gonna make a dive for it into the hairpin? And what about Warren Haig? The other McLaren is trying to find a way past Dino too, as he's trying a kind of a switchback move. And look at this, Dino is having to defend from Warren Haig now. However, Tom AJ though, right on the back of Surrey DCFC. But he's gonna back out of it, and he's gonna try to make a run into turn 1, I guess. And look at this, he's trying to get a good line out of the last chicane. Onto the start-finish straight. DRS open, and it should be an easy move for Tom AJ then. What about further down? Dino, he's not yet finding a way past. Nah, not gonna. Ooh, and Jamie's out. Safety car. Safety car. Of course, no. Dino though. Gotta say, I feel like I've watched a lot of Dino action here today now, but it's happening right now though. I had no idea about that, Alamonda. Do you know all the corner names in Australia though? You don't need to mention them all, just wondering. But Dino, he has to get past that McLaren. It looks like he has more pace than Viking Steven at the moment, but he just can't find his way past. What about into the... Ooh, and it looks like there were some lag there. Oh, and Dino gets a horrible run in the last chicane here. He should have DRS, but he's too far behind Viking Steven now, I think. Viking Steven also has DRS on City, and it's going to be no move into turn 1 this time. But is he going to try to make a move into the S's? Dino though trying to figure out how to get past Viking Steven as he goes. Oh, and look at this, Warren Haig is getting really close to the back of Dino now too. One small mistake by Viking Steven now, and these three are gonna go bye-bye birdie. But look at this though, Dino around the outside of Viking Steven into the hairpin. Is he gonna get a good enough exit though? And look at this though, Warren Hague, he's also getting in on the action there. Oh, as F1 chooses to give us such a horrible camera angle, but we find a good one here. And Dino's made the move work, and look at Warren Hague, he's trying it on his teammate. And he's gotten past. I gotta say, Elmond, I am impressed anyway. As Ugiasimi is first of the front runners to dive into the pit. So, shall we see, is there any other close battles right now? Not really. Guess we're gonna stay on with Viking Steven, and as he's on the medium tire seat. Ooh, and I see yellow flags, and who is that? And who is that is a good question. Well, it's no more yellow flags now, so... But look at this though, Warren Hague trying a move on Dino into Spoon. He's gonna stay behind through here, but he's surely gonna have a move into 130R. As he's just over 2 tenths behind, going onto this straight. Now goes to the inside line into 130R, and Dino just gives up the position there. Through the last chicane day, then Dino's looked like he struggled through there every lap. Nothing's gonna happen between these three right now. What about Suddy? He's catching a little up to Tom AJ. Oh, well, the Monaco corner names is actually one of the few tracks that I actually know a lot of the corner names. Not all of them, I struggle with some of them, but some. Well, I would probably get like half of them right thinking about it. Nonetheless, though, look at this. Trey has caught up to Blue Jean. I would have to say it's safe to assume that Blue Jeans made a mistake somewhere, because that gap was about 2 seconds, I think. But going down the straight to 130R, Trey is closing a little in on Blue Jean. Are any of these two gonna dive into the pit on this lap? None of them do, and with DRS, can Dre make a move work into her? I think he's too far behind at the moment. He's catching, but it's not enough. He's closing that gap a little more. But what about Viking Steven? He's trying to get back to Dino now. His teammate Warren Hague has just drifted off away from them. Right now, where is it happening? Oogie, maybe? Gonna have a look at Oogie as he's closing a little up on Ashbest there. Not Oh, but wait a moment. Look at this though. Viking Steven on Dino into 130R and away he goes. And both the McLarens has managed to get past the Red Bull driver then. And now we see that Dre is pitting and he will be pitting over to medium tires. He's gonna try to do the undercut on Blue Jean. However, will that be working or will he end up in traffic? And it looks like Dre has ended up in a good place with space behind him and ahead of him. But Dino is hounding Viking Steven through these S's though. Oh, yellow flag. Who is it this time? No one, it looks like. And these two are, they're just not letting go of each other right now. Get some nice view from above with Viking Steven going through the spoon corner. As it looks like he might be stretching that gap a little. And Blue Jean is pitting. And where will he be then? Dre looks, well, Dre is catching on these drivers ahead of him. So the Dre is coming into the last chicane now. Blue Jean is on his way out of the pit. Dre is coming onto the start-finish straight. He's pushing to the max right now to be able to make that work, but he's gonna be behind Blue Jean still. But with Blue Jean on cold tires, can Dre make something of it? In the meantime, we can see that Ugezim is getting closer to Ashbest. And Dino is starting to lose little time to Viking Steven. What about Ugi as he's trying to stay with Ash through the S's? Through Degner 1 and 2. Ooh, and it looks like Ashbest does have a bad exit there, but it's not bad enough for Ugi to be close enough for a move into the hairpin. And look at this, Dre is within the second on Blue Jean. As there is yellow flags. And Bugatti has now retired. In Degner 1, I think. It looks like he's flying, like he's lost it out of there. But let's see then. Dre on Blue Jean. It's the battle for the net lead right now. Dre seems to have a good run as they're going into the first corner, but he's not going to be anywhere close to making a move. On the other hand, it looks like Dino has finally gotten himself past Viking Steven again. That's a little surprising. It looked like he was losing. And Ugi Azim has finally made a move on Ashbest. Ash, who is a great driver, but he does not look like he's liking that Williams. Ash, though, he's staying with him so far. Ash is not gonna be letting go that easily. Oh, and in the meantime, we can see that a little further behind we have a small battle between Lordy MK and Froome 2. And I think this might be the place where it's gonna happen first, As we see that Flying Froome is closing up to the rear of Lordy through Spoon there. Going onto the straight leading into 130R. Froome is not going to be close enough, but can we see him move into the chicane maybe? As we see that Dre has made the fastest lap, and he got close to making a move into the first corner, but there was no move made. Ash is not going to be close enough, but what about Froome? He's close to Lordy as they go into the first corner. Is he going to try it down the inside? He's not. He's going to stick behind Lordy for the time being. But look at this though, Froome is looking a little more confident than Lordy through these corners. Could also be the tires, Lordy on hard tires, Froome on medium tires. Like I said, Jerry has lost a little time to Blue Jean now. However, these two are gonna start hitting traffic in not long, unless the medium runners aren't gonna pit yet. Thinking about it. As Buma has had a spin or something, it almost looks like. But Froome though, right on the rear of Lordy. As we're gonna go down the straight to 130R once again. Froome a little closer than last time. Is he gonna make a move into the final chicane? He's right behind Lordy. He's gonna pressure Lordy to take a tighter line in this chicane. And Froome is gonna try to get a good run down the front finish straight. As Buma is out of the race. Froome though, what can he do? He's not gonna be able to do anything this time either. And I think he's gonna have to be starting to look to do it in another place, because Lordy seems to be getting a good run out of the last corner every time. Oh, and look at this Blue Jean, he's getting close to the rear of Viking Steven. Blue Jean on his fresh medium tires. It'd be surprising if we can see Viking Steven defend for long. Going through Spoon corner, you can see Blue Jean getting much more grip through the corner and on the exit. Is Viking Steven gonna fight for this one though? It doesn't look like it. Buma is going straight past into 130R. Viking Steven is just gonna try to stay with Buma, I think. And Viking Steven into the pit, and looks a bit early in my opinion to go to softs, but you never know. Look at this though, Flying Froome on Lordy once again into the final chicane, trying to get a good run here. Oh, and it looks like Froome loses the grip a little on his back tires going out of it, which leads him with a bad exit and no opportunity of making a move on Lordy here. Dino is getting slightly closer to Surrey at DCFC. Blue Jean getting closer to Dino. Trey has lost some time to Blue Jean now. Oh, and look at this. Behind Froome, Viking Steven on fresh soft tires. This is gonna evolve into a three-way battle. And if Froome wanna keep... Ooh, and Froome with a slight tap on Lordy there. And that looks like it was a broken front wing for Froome then. As Froome is deciding to call it a day then. Viking Steven on the other hand is right on the back of Lordy, and with those fresh soft tires He doesn't look to have any issue passing Lordy, but Lordy looks to have good straight line speed as they go through 130R side by side into the final chicane. And it's gonna still be Lordy in the lead, but with those fresh soft tires he should have no difficulty getting a good exit of the last corner, as he isn't, and he's right behind Lordy. Then going into the first corner, he's gonna have to make the move on the outside, going side by side here. Viking Steven with his soft tires, they're still going side by side into the S's, and Lordy manages to keep his position for the time being. And that was a hard fought position by Lordy, but he manages to keep it for now. Obviously he's gonna be attacked into this hairpin now by Viking Steven, and it's gonna be a dive by Viking Steven, although Lordy manages to brake late enough to fend that one off for this time. What about into Spoon? You can see Lordy already going a little defensive on the run up into Spoon. But can Lordy manage to get a good enough exit out of Spoon though? As we can see that Viking Steven once again gets a great exit there with his fresh soft tires. And with Tom AJ pitting, we now have Blue Jean and Dre in the lead again. And Viking Steven, what are you gonna do this time? He's trying to get a really good run of this last chicane. Then on to the start finish straight, and he's a little further away than last time this time, and he's not pushing, so he's gonna stay behind for another lap. When I see a few other battles on our hands right now too. Well, one other battle. But right now it's still Viking Steven staying the closest to Lordy. Going through the S's, just a little over just around 2/10 behind another car. Viking Steven, he's gonna save it all for the front straight now. See that now that every one of the drivers who started on the medium tires have pitted. It is Blue Jean in the lead, almost 3 seconds ahead of Dre, and then almost 10 seconds ahead of Ugi Asim in third, Ashbeston in fourth. But Viking Steven, what are you doing right now? He's just sitting behind Lordy for the time being. Well, I don't know what he's thinking, but nonetheless though, Tom AJ on new fresh tires, soft tires too, is right on the back of Ashbest, and Ashbest on his old medium tires. Is he gonna be able to fend off Tom AJ then? Coming through Degner to into hairpin. Is Tom AJ gonna go for it straight away? As we see, he was thinking a little about it. Then coming up the Spoon, Tom AJ seems to be saving it for either this next straight or the start finish straight, as we can see them going out of Spoon corner. Tom AJ staying as close as ever to Ashbest. The battle for fourth position. Tom AJ is gonna stay behind through 130R. He's gonna go for a move into the final chicane, and I think he backed a little out of it, but then the start finish straight, he's gotten a good exit. He's not that far off Ash. Ash is already starting to go a little defensive. But Tom AJ on the inside of Ash Best. Oh, as Ash Best is going very wide through the first corner then. And that leaves Tom AJ in fourth then. Shall we see? What about Viking Steven? Ooh, as Viking Steven seems to be trying it in the S's on Lordy. And Lordy's not just gonna let him go. Lordy might be on old hard tires, but he's going to the end, so he's gonna defend this position with everything he's got. Meanwhile, the championship leader AMS down in 10th, not even on for a point today. While Ashbest is in 5th and he's gonna close a little on that in the championship on him. And mentioning that, Tom AJ second in the championship, 6 points behind the AMS. Right now sitting in 4th, so it's gonna be really close going into the last race of the season in Abu Dhabi next week. But another try for Viking Steven. He's not gonna go for it this time. What about Ash then? He didn't manage to defend from Tom AJ. Right now he has the Ferrari of Surrey DCFC right on his rear. And I think he's gonna have to give up this position soon too. It's gonna be difficult for him to defend that 5th place right now. Going out of the hairpin and up to Spoon. We can see that Ash is gonna try to get a good exit of Spoon here to manage to stay ahead of Surrey DCFC now, but Surrey is getting a great exit. And he's made the pass work before 130R, but is that a good idea though? With the DRS straight into turn 1, Ash is definitely gonna try to get a good exit there to get that position back as they go through the last corner. Ash seems to have gotten a good exit. And you can see him slipstreaming Surrey DCFC, taking back that 5th position. But for how long is he gonna have it? In the meantime, look at that. Tom AJ is also closing the gap to Ugi Asim right now. Going through the S's, you can see Surrey DCFC staying close to the Williams of Ash Best. And almost looks like he's thinking about a move into Dagner. What about into the hairpin? He's close enough. He's gonna go for a dive. Not this time. And as they go into Spoon again. Last time we saw Surrey DCFC getting a good exit, passing Ash before 130R. Are we gonna see something like that again? Although it doesn't look like Surrey has had the exit he had last time, but he is passing Ash before 130R. However, will he be able to keep Ash behind on the start-finish straight this time though? As you can see that Ash is taking a much tighter line through that chicane, and he will be going for a move into the first corner on Surrey DCFC once again on the inside, and Surrey's ending up in 6th again. And And I noticed that Tom AJ has managed to pass Ugi Team 2, which has gotten him up to third position then. Oh, and Viking Steven getting closer to Lordy again too. What about Dino on Warren Haig? Warren Haig and Dino actually both joining up on this battle between Ashbest and Surrey DCFC. Which means that right now Ashbest is holding up a 3-car train behind him. And considering he's fighting for the championship, I can assure you that Ashbest is not going to be giving up that position easily. He is going to try to hold it with everything he's got. But Surrey DCFC though, I think he's learned by the 2 previous laps to stay behind right now. And he's going to try to do it. Oh, but look at this though. Warren Haig on the inside of Surrey DCFC into the final chicane, which has given Ash some breathing space. On the other side, on the other hand, you can see Surrey though getting close into the first corner on Warren, but Warren is gonna hold off. And with that, I think Warren might have just saved Ashbest a little. But obviously though, Warren is closing that gap to Ashbest again, so it might have just been a temporary save. What about the Ferrari of Surrey? Is he gonna go for an move? He's gone from fighting Ashbest for that 4th position to now has lost his 6th position to Warren, and he's not gonna be happy with that. I think Surrey is gonna have to look up for Dino now too. As these 3 cars are trying to get back to Ashbest. Is there gonna be any of them close enough to make a move into turn 1 though? Surrey DCFC might be the one as he's closing to the rear end of Warren Haig into turn 1. But he's not gonna go for anything this time. What about Viking Steven on Lordy MK into turn 1? It doesn't look like he's getting close enough to be able to make a move, but he's going for it on the inside through the first corner. And it looks like he's been able to make the move work this time, but is he gonna be able to pull away from Lordy and make sure that he gets that 9th position though? It looks like he's already pulling away. As there's just a few more laps to finish for these drivers now. And right now it looks like Ash is gonna be able to keep that 5th place. Warren Haig is also... Oh, Warren Haig is getting closer again. Dino, what about Surrey? Surrey DCFC is gonna try to make a run for it down to turn 1. But he's losing too much out of that last corner. Then into turn 1, Surrey is not gonna try anything. Oh, but what about Lordy though? Lordy is taking back his position from Viking Steven and he's up to 9th again. but Viking Steven though with his soft tires is managing to find more grip than Lordy. Lordy on his 24 laps old hard tires. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised that he's managing to keep this pace on those tires, but Viking Steven though on the inside in the hairpin. Lord is managing to keep his position, but is he going to be able to keep it for long? And what about this 4-car train then? Ashbest has been caught up a little again, and Warren Haig, is he going to go for anything into the first corner? He's not close enough. Looks like Ash is struggling quite badly with his tires now, or his car for that matter. What about Viking Steven? He's looking for a way past Lordy again. As we can see that he's, well, it's not actually a 4-car train anymore. We can see that Dino has dropped a little off. But now we are going to take the winner of the race, Blue Jean, in his Ferrari into the final chicane, as he's going to take round 12 of PSGL FP. And I believe Alamoda actually predicted that, so fair play there. Trey comes in second. Tom AJ will be coming in third. Then fourth, we have Ugi Asim over the line in just a few moments. Then fifth, we have Ash, closely followed by Warren Haig and Suddy, although Warren Haig is losing sixth and seventh to Suddy and Dino. Then what about ninth position? Lordy is in ninth, but he has Viking Steven right on his tail as they go over the line, and Viking Steven gets that ninth position on penalties from Lordy. Then we have two more drivers to complete their final laps, as we can see that AMS is going over the line in 11th, the championship leader losing. I wish I could have point system in my in my head, but and Juho Finn over the line in 12th. And we are gonna see the podium then, and it's Blue Jean, the F7 driver, who wins today's race. You did. I did not. Blue Jean winning ahead of Trebe, then in third, Tom AJ, who is closing in on that championship. And with Tom getting 10 points, AMS getting 0. If I am correct then, Tom should now be leading the championship by 4 points to AMS. So, Blue Genie in first, Trey Bay in second, Tom AJ in third, Ugiasim in fourth, Ashbest in fifth, then Surrey DCFC in sixth, Dino in seventh, Warren Hagen eighth, followed by his teammate Viking Steven in ninth, Lordy MK in 10th, AMS in 11th, and Juhofin in 12th. Flying through Booma, Bugatti, Jamie 2905, JP Greenwood, and GRT Bliss, all with DNFs today. And I'm gonna check if we can get these podium drivers in for interviews then. So I will just have to excuse for the blue screen for a moment. and Blue Jean. Trey and Tom AJ, that's... And we are then gonna give them a few minutes to join. So let's see them. And thinking about it, I was saying teammates for a lot of drivers in the same cars, and I do realize that they might not actually be teammates, but I have no idea whose teammates are. As one of them has joined.
Good evening.
Good evening, Blue. Are we not gonna get the two others?
It's Tom.
Tom and Trey. And well, there's Tom. Well, I guess I'll start off with Tom AJ then. And if Trey joins, then we'll keep on with him after that. But Tom AJ. If you can hear me. Alright, there we are. Alright, so Tom AJ, I believe after today's race, if my calculations are right, and do keep in mind they can be wrong, considering I'm not completely familiar with the point system, but I believe you should be leading the championship by 4 points now, heading into Abu Dhabi, so one more race of the season in the lead. Are you gonna get it?
It all depends on what car I'm given next week, to be honest with you.
Williams then.
Well, my pace was nowhere. I qualified 11th. I was just really fortunate to avoid pretty much everything that happened on lap 1. And then the softs at the end felt really good compared to, obviously, Oogie had wing damage. Ash was driving a Williams. So, yeah, I mean, my pace wasn't great. I was just lucky. It was a right place, right time.
Well, that's how you get it sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that, to be fair. But still though, you mentioned that first lap, and well, there happened a lot just into turn 1. Did you see anything of what actually happened?
No, not a thing. I literally just pretty much stopped. Like, I was like, nah, I am not, this is not happening. I just literally braked, stopped, and somehow didn't lose. I think I maybe lost a position, like, in terms of people behind me, but made loads of positions up from the front. And I said, yeah, it's pretty good.
Alright, so not thinking about cars though, how confident are you about this championship now?
I really don't know. I really don't know.
A little insecure going into the last round. Well, nonetheless though, Abu Dhabi, the track isn't gonna change for anyone, so how is that track for you?
I've hardly played it, so I think I know. I don't really. I honestly don't. I don't practice that often because I did that like my first FP season when I was in F5, and I would always find that if you practiced a load, you'd then always bin it in the race. So I try and do as little practice as possible, and then just go straight in, because otherwise you put a load of pressure on yourself. So I just feel better just getting a setup, and that's it. That's all I do.
Well, I gotta admit I can relate to that. 10 minutes in time trial before a
Yeah,
race,
literally
getting the
10
setup, and
minutes,
yeah.
like the day before, or when you get home, and that's it.
Alright, well, still though, if you don't get the championship, how bad is that gonna feel then?
No, I'll be okay. I really don't.
Alright, so
I've,
you haven't been expecting to fight for a championship this season then, I guess.
um, honestly, I've actually enjoyed this FP season much more than last season, so I'm happy whatever.
Alright, well, fair
I,
enough.
I felt I've driven a lot, even though I think I've driven a lot better in the sense of consistency and not making errors and keeping out of trouble. I think like last season I ended up like 4 DNFs in F3, 4 DNFs in FP. Like it was awful. Whereas I've managed to try and keep it clean.
I thought 40 and F was just a few. I mean, I think I'm at 6 or something. I have no idea to be honest, but feels like something like that. But nonetheless, though, congratulations on your third place today, and good luck, good luck getting that championship
Thank you.
next week then. And we'll head over to second place then. Trey.
Hey, man.
So I did mention it that it didn't go very well for us on Sunday here, but today though, finally something good, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. On Sunday, I think Fortnite broke PSN, but today I was feeling a lot better, and I actually didn't get much practice in, so I was kind of learning as I went. But the car was pretty good. I mean, it's a Renault. It was all right. I had a bit of loose on entry, but apart from that, yeah, it was on rails. It was really good.
All right, well, I'm gonna ask you the same question as I asked Tom though. Did you see anything of what happened on the first lap?
To be honest, I had a really good start. I actually thought I was gonna lead into turn one, but until I got hit in the side pod, I don't know what happened. Because I'd already passed AMS, I was like half a car ahead of him. So I don't really know, but yeah, I just saw the carnage behind me and just kept it pinned.
Right, fair enough. Well, I believe that you are not in contention for the championship, so you're just looking forward to another good race
I
in Abu
was,
Dhabi
yeah,
then. And
pretty much, yeah.
how do you feel about that track then?
Um, Not sure. Like a lot to me, it's like Singapore in a way, like just in terms of tire temps and how you have to manage your tires. So I get around it pretty good, but I haven't done much track time on it. So yeah, I'll get on it and we'll see how it goes. And I hope I get a decent car.
Williams it is.
No, I'll let Ash keep that.
Oh, well, you are going to be in the Williams, just not in FP.
That's true. Yeah, I'll see you someday then.
Well, still nonetheless great to see you having a good race today. Haven't been the best of season in F4 at least. I don't think it's been the best season in FP either.
Nope.
Ah, well, you had one podium earlier.
Yeah, it was my only clean race this year, so this one was my second one.
Nonetheless, though, you were fighting for the win today, and you got close to it at one point. You were right on the back of Blue Jean, and what really happened?
Yeah.
Were you just not able to keep the pace up, or?
Yeah, it was, to be honest, I knew if I had a shot at it, I would have to undercut him, but on the outlap, I had a moment. I didn't really gain as much as I'd like to, and then I knew if I was in DRS range, I'd probably only have a couple shots, because every time I got close, the front end just washed away. So yeah, it was tough. It was kind of fighting all the way through, and I didn't really feel like I had a shot at it, to be honest. The Ferrari was on rails, it was really quick.
Alright, fair enough. Well, congratulations on your second place today then. And good
Thanks,
luck
man.
for Abu Dhabi.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Ah, you're welcome. And finally then, Blue Jean, man of the hour.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations on your win first of all. I don't know, is it your first win this season or?
In FP, yes.
Alright. Yeah, I see it now actually. Alright, well, nonetheless though, you didn't start in pole, but you had a really good start, and, well, I was about to ask you about the first lap crash, but I will assume that you didn't see much either, considering you were ahead of
I
everything.
saw it. I saw it.
I well,
Well, the thing was, Fraggle had a really, really good start, and I thought by myself, well, my start was pretty alright because I was almost immediately alongside AMS, and then I saw Fraggle coming to my right, so I covered off the right, and he veered to the left, and then I looked forward and then backwards, and all of a sudden, Fraggle was sideways. So yeah, that I could only guess what happened, and then Jure was all of a sudden in P2 and then P3 because Booma had a really good start from the inside as well. So yeah.
all right. Well, from that point onwards, you were pretty much almost in. Well, I think you were in the net lead for the whole race after that. And was there any point that you thought that, like, you could lose this, or were you confident about getting the win today?
Mm, on the soft stint, I was really anxious, and in the beginning of the medium stint because I knew Jure was quicker in the second and third sector. I only knew that I could get 3 to 5 tenths in the first sector. So that's why I tried to get as much time every time as possible. And that kept me out of the DRS range most of the time, but I really had to fight for it. Like, I couldn't save a little bit of extra ERS or a little bit of extra fuel. I had to use some of my rich fuel in order to be able to stay ahead, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to.
Alright, interesting perspective there. Well, still nonetheless though, you did get the win in the end, and it has to have been feeling great. But next week is the last race of the season, and it's Abu Dhabi. So, any opinions on that?
Well, I'm expecting I won't be in the Ferrari again. But yeah, I really like the track, so I hope I can get some practice in. Well, first we have F7 on Thursday,
Isn't that
which
practice
is
enough?
that is true. That is true. But there's still everything to fight for in F7 as well. So I need to practice before that, but there's not a lot of time. So I mean, I'm gonna see how it goes, and I'm gonna try and finish as high up as possible next week here.
Alright, great stuff there. Congratulations on your first win of the season, and good luck for Abu Dhabi.
Thank you.
And with that, there isn't much more to add then. It's been a great race, that's for sure. But nonetheless, this has been PSGL FP, almost said F7 there. Easy mistake. FP round 12 around Japan. Now AMS lost his championship lead, 4 points behind Tom AJ now. One round left. Make sure to check it out next week at Tuesday at 8 p.m. But first of all, next action will be F7 unwrapping their championship on Thursday at 8 p.m. So make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. And for now, I've been C3 bringing you commentary today. And hopefully you enjoyed it. So good night and thank you for watching.